Hi, Anastasia. Thank you for your final essays in the 9 essay pack. Now let's have a look. So the letter is the first one. Relative is arriving for vacation, so you really have to explain what they should do, right? Dear Maria, how are you? I hope this letter finds you well. I'm writing to inform you that the 16th of September I will go to Berlin. It will be a business trip. Okay. Let's start with the salutation, dear Maria. First name, you say you close with appropriately with only your first name and best wishes. I might say this is a bit too formal, but I don't know. Maybe Maria is a very distant relative, so it might be reasonably appropriate, okay. However, I'm writing to inform you sounds way too formal, okay. I'm writing to let you know that on the 16th of September, don't forget you need the on right here, I will go to Berlin. It will be a business trip and I will return in the evening of the 24th of September. Or you can say on the 24th of September, on the 24th in the evening. You don't have to say September again because you had it here. I had not planned the trip until my director had, again, informed me. You have repeated vocabulary. Make sure that you vary your vocabulary and use as many synonyms, appropriate, precise synonyms as possible. That we need to solve some urgent issues with colleagues in Berlin. Okay, as you can see, I cannot meet you. Cannot, it should be spelled as one word, not like this. I'm not sure I can edit. No, I can't edit. So cannot is a full form that has to be written as one word. Yes, that's the only modal verb that should be spelled this way, in the negative. In the morning of the 24th of September and take you home. I wouldn't say as you can see. That sounds a bit rude-ish. So I would say this is why, unfortunately, I cannot meet you at the airport or I cannot pick you up at the airport. Okay. However, I will leave the keys of my apartment at the reception on the first floor. Please say my full name to the staff at the reception, and then they will give you the keys. Okay. Just mind your grammar a bit. Preposition here, a verb there. I want to remind that my address is this and that. You can seat to the bus. What do you mean? I'm not sure that what you mean here. You can take the bus, probably. You can take the bus number 6 at the airport and go to the Uchebnia station. Okay, the bus station is very close to my house, so you will be walking just 5 minutes along tourist road. I'm not sure what you mean by tourist road. Not sure what you mean by this. So when you use vocabulary, always make sure that your intention is very clear and very well communicated, because if it's not, you will lose points in both task achievement and vocabulary and lexical resource. So also, the coherence in both first paragraph and the second paragraph could be improved. I do have a weird feeling that you're missing some cohesive devices or linking words. You might say something along the lines, as it will be a business trip, I will return the evening on the 24th. Unfortunately, I had not planned, and maybe it's a shame that I won't be able to pick you up. So try to add more cohesive devices, 1, to connect the ideas better, to help them flow, and 2, to add more personal character to your neutral to informal letter. Okay. And here, take care of the vocabulary, because exceeds to the bus and along tourist road. Not sure what you mean. Now, I would start with the bus station first. The bus station where you will get off is very close to my place, so you'll have to walk only 5 minutes, and I'm not sure what you meant here. Moreover, I reserved a table. You can say I booked, or I made a reservation at a great Asian restaurant near my home. We will have dinner. We will have dinner in the evening. grammar here. We will have dinner there in the evening as soon as I arrive. So again, you could rephrase this and say, um, again, my apologies that I won't be able to meet you right away, but I planned for a dinner for us, and this is where we're going to have it. Yes, once again, I apologize for the inconveniences. This sounds very formal. Try to relax it a bit in terms of vocabulary and tone. I look forward to hearing from you. Should be okay. Please reply to me as soon as possible. Now, I look forward to hearing from you is enough. This is a bit too direct, and this is not very English, so to say. Okay, anyway, you do answer all the parts of the task. However, your vocabulary needs to be adjusted in terms of informality and accuracy, because some of your vocabulary use is not accurate. Pay attention to coherence and cohesion, because it's very often it's difficult to follow through your ideas. They are a bit truncated and not really well connected. Make yourself a point of going through your writing again and ask yourself, do I need to add something? Is it easy to read what I wrote? Do I need to add a linking word here or there? Do I sound polite enough? So anyway, this is a nice letter nevertheless, but please work on the recommendations that I gave you. Now let's have a look at the essay. Okay, that's the pushing companies to regional locations. Every year, count of companies increase dramatically around the world, yet the main part of it places near large cities. This sounds not very natural. You probably mean every year there are countless companies, or the number of companies increases dramatically around the world, yet the main, yet most, the greatest, most of them are placed or are located near large cities or in large cities. In modern society, this causes a sizable controversy. The location of the company should be near the required sources and labor force. Again, you are lacking some linking words. I can see that you possess a great vocabulary. You use most of it correctly, but your sentence structure and the cohesion and coherence need a bit of work. So you can say that this causes a sizable controversy, as most people think, or as modern society believes, that the location of the company should be near required resources and labor force. Okay, this essay will discuss the advantages and disadvantages of business location using examples from the USA and Russian university studies, demonstrate points and prove arguments. Okay, very nice thesis statement. I do understand what you mean. Great. Just work on your sentence structure and cohesion. On the one hand, there is ample evidence that any business is better located outside the urban areas. You mean not in the urban areas, right? Outside. I'm just checking just to see. Let's see. The central reason behind this is twofold, and you need to put a period here and capitalize firstly. This is the best capitalization and punctuation for this structure. Firstly, the land prices are cheaper. Prices are not cheaper. You can say that the land is cheaper, but the land prices are lower. Okay, prices are not cheap. Things are cheap. Okay, and more available in rural areas. Okay, and you say that the land prices are more available. Okay, no, you can say the land is cheaper and more available in rural areas. Okay. Great. For example, recent data analysis by USA University, which one, you can say by a USA University or by, let's say, Harvard University, demonstrated that the regional location of companies allows to reduce the overheads by 20%. If you have the symbol of percent, you don't need the word for percent, and vice versa, okay? Secondly, in regional areas, and he keeps having the word regional here, in, let's say, on the outskirts of a city or outside the city, there are many workers out of work, you're repeating the root work, and it doesn't sound very elegant. Unfortunately, I have to tell you that if you use language like this, your vocabulary, your lexical resource score will drop a bit more, and they can be hired for a lower salary. Okay, you can say there are many unemployed residents who can be hired for a lower salary as they are in need of work. It allows to attract more labor force for a lower price, okay, or for lower remuneration, because we don't speak of price in terms of employment, we speak of remuneration. For instance, empirical research by Russian universities showed, which Russian universities, the Moscow State University, or which one? That opening a new factory near small towns reduces unemployment by 30%. Great, awesome, impressive. And here we need a therefore sentence, a concluding sentence. Therefore, this, and that. Therefore, having companies in villages instead of cities is extremely advantageous, right? So this wraps up the idea of the paragraph. On the other hand, although relocating, you don't need the article, relocating businesses, I would advise you generalize by using plural, to regions, not regions, to rural regions. You cannot just say region. A region can be urban or rural, so you really have to be more specific about that. Has profits, or you could even say may have profits, right? Because you're being tentative and you want to showcase your great grammar too. It has some disadvantages too. Oh, why not say as well? It's slightly more sophisticated. This is largely because the infrastructure is sometimes less developed in the regions, again, outside the cities, which can be a problem for a business. Right, a business or businesses, but not just business. Mind your articles. For example, recent research by USA University, again, which one? Demonstrated that over 20% of new companies in rural areas required additional road construction, electricity, and internet connection, not conduction. Moreover, workers in the rural areas could be less qualified than those, you need the reference word, than those in the urban areas. Again, areas, try to avoid that by saying things otherwise. For some companies, a lack of skilled and experienced workers can be a serious problem. And you need a linking word here, because you simply put the sentence here, and the fact that you put it after the previous one doesn't mean that it is a conclusion for the previous sentence. You have to signal the conclusion. Therefore, for some companies, a lack of blah, blah, blah can be a serious problem. Okay. Great ideas, absolutely great ideas, great analysis, great logic, but work on your vocabulary, on your grammar here and there, especially in terms of minor elements like prepositions and articles, perhaps some verb forms, perhaps the use of modals, as I said, may have profits, and certainly work on your coherence and cohesion, because you need to connect ideas, you need to make them flow. To conclude, from the examples and arguments given, I firmly believe that regional location, that relocating to rural regions for companies has more benefits than drawbacks. It is predicted, it might be predicted that decentralization, beautiful vocabulary, of production will be the trend for the future, okay? Will be what? You cannot just say will be, will happen in the future, but that's not very elegant. Please don't say it is predicted, it's a bit categorical. It's best if you say it might be predicted, because that's called hedging. You're softening your directness, and you are assuming, you're just assuming. So, great vocabulary, great ideas, but make sure that the language that you use works to advantage. Work on your coherence and cohesion, work on the small things, work on the accuracy in your beautiful vocabulary, and work on the accuracy in your grammar. Other than that, you have a great understanding of the topic, you have great depth, so work on the small thing, and I'm sure that you can achieve the band score that you desire.